Good morning and welcome to Cindy's Kitchen. So glad you're here this morning. Oh, you know what? Everything's backwards. Hold on, let me see if I can fix. I thought I fixed it, but I did not. There we go. All is good and right with the world. All is good and right with the world. Now it says Cindy's Kitchen. There you go. Hope everybody is doing well. It's a happy Saturday morning. Having a little coffee. I don't know if you're having your coffee or your hot tea or whatever it is you're drinking, but welcome. Cindy's Kitchen is a cooking community. We talk. So the first 5 minutes, you're gonna hear me say hello to people because we like to say hello. If you're brand new, please say hello. Tell us where you're from. Good morning, Carol and Katrina and Cynthia, Sue. And I'm so glad you're on because I'm making something just for you this morning, Anne. Good. Hi, Katrina. Tommy, good morning. Janet, hello. So if you're brand new, we cook, we have fun, we talk, we share ideas. I get a lot of my cooking ideas from you guys, and so that's been a really fun thing. We celebrated on Tuesday. Good morning, Sue and Julie. Hey, Vicky. On Tuesday, we celebrated our 200th episode. Can you believe that? 200 episodes of Cindy's Kitchen. So we're very glad you're here. You can always watch the replay. If you come on late, just make sure you do #replay. You can watch it on our YouTube channel, also called Cindy's Kitchen. Or, you know what you can do is if you make one of our recipes, put one of our recipes down and tag it at Cindy's Perfect Bite. No apostrophe, just at Cindy's Perfect Bite, and it'll tag it to the page. Oh, it's 5 p.m. there. Okay, well, not good morning. Good evening, Anne. Asifa, hello. Patty, Denise, Esther, everybody, good morning. Casey, hi, Joan. All right, so I have a lot to do today. I had a very simple thing I was gonna do, but then I was like, oh, and then I could do this, and then I could do this, and then Anne had given me an idea, and so then I was like, oh, so now I have a lot I'm gonna do. So let us do our coffee clinks. Everyone raise your cup. Ready? Cheers. Do you like that? It's like the sunshine pattern, because it's not sunshiny here in Houston today. It's overcast and rainy. Blech. All right, let's get started. Several of you, not me, but several of you have been doing like keto or keto-ish. Like, you know, okay, well, I'm not getting rid of all the carbs out of my life, but I'd like to cut down on carbs. And some people actually are doing no carbs. Good morning, Dorado. Good to see you. Where are you from, Dorado? I can't remember. Anyway, so I thought I saw this. We tried it yesterday. We loved it. The recipe that I'm going to post is the one we made yesterday that we had for lunch. The one I'm going to do today, I'm going to do two different ones because I want you to see that this opens up all kinds of possibilities. You ready? All right. They're called Meatball Roll-ups. That's what we're cooking today. Hey, Gail, good morning. Massachusetts. I remember now. All right. So these are frozen meatballs. I know, really, Cindy, frozen meatballs, but that's what I'm doing. Hello, Sunshine Joanne. Carolina, there we go. Hey, Deb. All right, so frozen meatballs, I have let them sit out so they're defrosted. Hey, Shelly, good morning. And Kenneth. All right, here's what you need. A zucchini squash and or a yellow squash. The thing is, you want them mostly straight and kind of as wide as you can get them. Now, normally when I cook yellow squash, I try to find the smaller ones. They tend to be younger and more tender. But for this, I need long and straight. Good morning, Shelly from Wisconsin. Hey, Kim. Now, when I did this yesterday, I just used my vegetable peeler. Although, you know, when I was growing up, I never called this. Hey, Joanne. Shelly's from Wisconsin. Ah, I bet you're cold. I never called this a vegetable peeler. When I was growing up, it was the potato peeler. You may have used it for your carrots or whatever else, but it was a potato peeler, not a vegetable peeler. That being said, I used this yesterday. Jessica brought me what would be really great is this. Now, Does anybody have one of these? What is this called? We will call this a vegetable peeler, and we will call this a potato peeler. Do you have a vegetable peeler? That's what we're gonna call this. I don't know what it's really called, but that's what we're gonna call it. Hey, Kathy, Yvonne, Melissa, Susan, Deborah, good to see you guys this morning. All right, so tell me, do you have one of these? I didn't. Jessica brought me one. I only had this, but I'm gonna use this. But I used this yesterday. So here we go. We're gonna cut off both ends of the zucchini. The zucchini. Hold on. I need my little bowl to put my ends in. So when I get done, not today, this is gonna make a beautiful vegetable stock. You do know freezing. Oh, watching on your bed under the electric blanket. Oh, I'm so sorry. To make a beautiful vegetable stock. That being said, I'm not gonna have enough from today to make the vegetable stock, so somebody had a great idea that when you've got your little end pieces, whether from an onion or garlic or whatever veggies you're using, to put them in a freezer bag and stick them in the freezer. And then when you have enough, you put all this in with some salt and pepper and boil it, and you've got a beautiful vegetable stock once you drain it. Both. You call the second one a cheese slicer. Oh. Okay. Well, I could do that. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. Whatever is easiest for you is fine. You certainly could stand it up and go down with my little potato protocol peeler. Oh, I'm gonna do it across, okay? And I actually haven't used this one, so I don't even know if I'm gonna like this one, but here we go. So now this first one, not so great. But there you go. I'm gonna put that to the side. I may or may not use that. All right, so here we go. And the point is you want long slices. See the long slices? There we go. Courgettes. Yes, and you do. In the UK, they call them courgettes. Or is it courgettes? Is it courgettes or courgettes? You tell me, Anne. I know, I'm having to learn a whole new language with the UK. Courgettes. I did watch a baking show. No, is it a baking show? The Great British Cook-Off or Bake-Off or something. And they would use ingredients and I was like, what is that? Hello, Geraldine. Good to see you. All right, so I'm just going through and I'm making long slices. You see this? There's actually, if you own a KitchenAid mixer, they actually have an attachment. I don't have a KitchenAid mixer. They have an attachment that does this, but I don't. Like I said, if you don't have one of these wide ones, you certainly could use this. Veggie noodles. Well, but okay, kinda, yeah. But we're not like making them like angel hair or spaghetti. The vegetable peeler with the straight edge cuts thicker. The peeler with the slightly serrated is great for, oh. Okay. Well, good to know. All right, well, I didn't know that. See, we all learn stuff. Anyway, I never had one of these. I think I like it because it was much easy. Courgettes. Okay, so now look at this. One, and I've got that left over, one zucchini. Look at all this. You certainly can do yellow squash as well. We're gonna start with the zucchini. Now, I'm just gonna make a small batch, all right? So in this small batch, this is a very small, where's my ruler? Here we go. This is just a square baker. This is 7.5 square. You can use whatever size you want. And this is so awesome. This is so easy. Yesterday when I did this, I used a can, you could use a jar, of store spaghetti sauce. Hey, Linda Sue from Illinois, just store-bought sauce. So really, store-bought sauce, frozen meatballs defrosted, a courgette or zucchini, all right? But today I'm making different ones. So you certainly could make this Italian. I'm gonna start with a little Mexican one. Woo, ole. All right, you could use just plain salsa. That would be good. But here's listening to you while you drive to Enid. Oh, say hello to Enid, Britt. This is a new product that I just found. And it is delightful. I mean, the flavor, it's not hot, But, so, you know, chipotle, right? Chipotle's not hot. Although it's, you know, smoked and dried jalapenos, right? Chipotle salsa cremosa. This is lovely. But again, pretend like this is spaghetti sauce if you so desire. All right, so I'm gonna put just a little bit in the bottom. This was not a full container because I've been eating this on everything. I love this stuff. There's a green one too. The green one is a little bit more spicy. All right, so I've made a lovely bed for everything. Right, okay, Susan, this is very similar but easier, I think. All right, so here we go. You take a meatball. You take a courgette or your slice. All you're gonna do is roll it up. Look at this. We're gonna roll it in the roll the meatball up. Look at that. Look how pretty. Sorry, itchy. Pretty. And then we're just gonna set it in the dish. Now, yesterday when I did this, I had Jessica here. I think I may need her so that it stays rolled up. Hey, Jess. I don't know where she is. I may need your fingers. So this may be a 2-man deal. Hey, Linda from Tyler. Okay, so she's gonna stick her hand, and so we're gonna put it in the bowl. All right, and so then it's really a fast thing. Cold in Illinois. Happy Saturday Keto Day. There we go. All right, so see, I'm just gonna roll them up and stick them in there. Okay? Got it? Okay. Roll, meatball, zucchini, roll. Meatball, zucchini, roll. How easy is this? Margaret's here, Aunt Ellen's here. Stick a toothpick in it. Yep. Well, I could. Yeah. I suppose I could do that.
But why when I'm here?
Yeah, but if Jessica's here, I don't need a toothpick, do I? Because I have Jessica. Okay. Whoops. I dropped one. Okay, there we go. Got it? Mm-hmm. Okay. Once you get a couple in there, they kind of stay. Stick a toothpick in it. Everybody wants me to stick a toothpick in it. Okay. Good. All right, so see, just rolling. Keep those meatballs rolling, roll hard. No, you could use turkey meatballs. Hey, Margaret, you could use chicken meatballs. You could use whatever you want, right? Sausage balls. Oh, yum. Make these out of sausage. If you make your meatballs homemade, which, you know, how hard is that? You certainly could do that and make them any size your little heart desires, right? Hold that, please. Okay. I will say the thinner these are, the more they're likely, hey, Christine, the more they're likely to stay put. Now, I could do the rest with that one, but look, just because I'm gonna show you that either one works. Now I've got the yellow squash. Hold on. I'm gonna get that. The first one out, I never like, okay? We'll go from this direction. All right, and so again, we're just making slices, long, thin slices. How many more do I need? 4. Okay, there we go, 4, look at that. All right, so now we've got yellow squash. Yummy. Polish sausage. Oh, that would be good. Yum. Right? All right, so roll and stick. Roll meatball, squish. Now I don't have to say courgette. Hey, Ann, in the UK, do you have a weird name for yellow squash, or do you just call them yellow squash? Since zucchini are called courgette. Courgettes. You can be all European today and say, we could call these meatball courgettes, right? Okay, now, look how pretty this is. Look how gorgeous. Gorgeous, I tell ya. Pretty, pretty. Give me some thumbs up and some hearts if you like how pretty. Look how easy that is. We have a layer of sauce on the bottom. We have our defrosted frozen meatballs. We sliced a zucchini and part of a yellow squash, wrapped them up. There we go. Now, you have some options here. I've got some Mexican cojita, shredded cojita cheese. So I'm just going to put a little bit, yeah, right, Cindy, huh? A little bit on top. Just a little extra added flavor. Yum! And then I'm gonna take the rest of my sauce, okay? Just yellow courgette. Oh, okay, okay. All right, so then if you were pretending this, if you don't have this sauce, and pretending this was spaghetti sauce, you would just pour this on top, evenly, right? And then if you wanted, see, I told you this wasn't a full bottle because I've been really eating this stuff up. It's so good, so good. All right, so that goes there. And then you could put a little extra cheese on top. What kind of meatballs are you using today? Sue, those are just plain old, frozen beef meatballs. They were on sale. That's what I tend to buy, frozen, whatever's on sale. So now you could use, yesterday I used mozzarella cheese on top, right? You could put, if you wanted to, a little parsley or cilantro on top, whatever you have, or just that. You could use plain salsa, okay? All right, 350 degrees in the oven. Here we go. Now, everything is already cooked on there, right? Everything is cooked. So it's not like it has to cook for a long time. So yesterday we cooked it for, 20 or 30 minutes. We just wanted our cheese and our sauce all bubbly and melty, right? All right, so that's in the oven. I'm gonna go ahead and slice some more of these. And I'm gonna do one more, a different kind. Okay, hold on. My courgettes. I like that. So we have yellow courgettes and green, or just courgettes. What kind of sauce did I use? Betty, this was this new sauce that I found called chipotle salsa cremosa. But yesterday, when I made these, I did it with just a can. I just used a can, but you could use a jar of store spaghetti sauce already made. So you could do the Mexican one is easy. I mean the Italian. The Italian one is easy because I bet most of you have a can or a jar of spaghetti sauce in your pantry somewhere. Or you make your homemade and you have some. So maybe that's it. All right, so I'm gonna slice, whoops, I hit the button on this. All right, I'm gonna slice just a few more of this. Having a little trouble with my fingers this morning. There's a front coming through today, and so you know what that means. Oh, do you know what just got delivered? Polish pottery just got delivered. Oh my gosh. All right, so let's say there's just one of you or two of you. Maybe you didn't want to do that little square. I mean, obviously you could do a 9 by 13. Look at this. This is a little loaf pan, just a regular old loaf, like you would cook bread in. So you certainly, meatball, courgette, zucchini, and I got to put some sauce in. This one's going to be different. I just went in my pantry and said, what other kind of sauce do I have? So this is what I had. Butter chicken sauce. This is an Indian sauce. Oh, now I know that this is not a chicken, right? I'm using meatballs. So why would I use a butter chicken sauce? Because it is delightful. And I don't think you should be limited on what you use stuff, right? I will, Debbie, we'll open the box in just a second. So I'm gonna put a little bit of this sauce on the bottom. La 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 la. You were waiting for the la la la, okay? And then meatball, zucchini, which squash you're using, roll up, stick it in here, okay? Look at that. See how easy this is? Takes no time at all. Now, again, this is very nice if you're cooking just for you, or maybe it's just for two, right? And if you have trouble with this, several people suggested putting a toothpick in it, which, you certainly could do that. You certainly could do that. I'm gonna use some of these yellow ones. Put that there. The nice thing about this, it's not in the oven very long. 20 or 30 minutes. You just want your cheese melted and you want your sauce bubbly, right? Because you want everything hot. Hey, Tara, good morning. And because of that, it's still, the squash still has a little bit of a crisp to it. It doesn't get mushy, right? Sometimes when you cook squash, it just gets mushy. Who likes mushy squash? Nobody likes mushy squash, right? You'll never find those sauces. You know what? But that's why I'm saying, Joanne, you can use any sauce you want to. You could use spaghetti sauce. You could use, you could just use salsa, like Mexican salsa. You could do that. Good morning, Mom. You could use, go to the international aisle. They have all kinds. All right, look, see? In this little bitty one, I got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 10 of those in there, so if there was 2 of you, that'd be 5 meatballs a piece. And then I'm just gonna take, well, you could do cheese. What kind of cheese? If you were doing keto, like I am not a keto person, so I don't know all the rules about keto. But I've heard that if you're gonna do cheese, mozzarella is the best. So I'm gonna put just a little bit of mozzarella down inside. I know, mozzarella cheese with an Indian chicken butter sauce. Yes, 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 it's cheese. And then I'm gonna pour the rest of my sauce on top. Look at this, so yum. You obviously could have a little salad with this. You could do another side dish. All right, so there's that. Again, this was a butter chicken sauce, Indian butter chicken sauce. I'm gonna, Carol, you'll get to see what's in the pottery, I promise. And then again, I'm gonna put just a little bit more mozz on top. All right, just so it's festive. Festive, I tell you. You could, if you wanted, here's some grated parm. You could put grated parm on here. The good thing about the jarred sauces, you don't really have to season them. They have all the seasoning, all right? So look at that. Look how pretty that is in my little Bratswat Village thing. There you go. In the oven, 350 degrees, 20 or 30 minutes. All we want is our sauce bubbly and our cheese melted, all right? Now, that being said, I said it, that being said, right? I'm gonna put these aside. Anne, who is our friend from the UK, we were talking the other day when we did our roasted vegetables, and Anne was telling us about honey roasted parsnips. So I got on the BBC and I found a recipe. So Anne, just for you today, here's what we're gonna do. I had to do a few things first. I had 2 parsnips and 2 carrots left over, so I'm putting them together. And I love this recipe because I have to read you the recipe. Hold on. Let me get the rest of the stuff I need. Okay. This recipe that I got off the BBC said, top and tail your parsnips. I never heard of that. Top and tail, or top and tail. I don't know which is the tail and which is the top, but top and tail, right? So you do your parsnips, and then I did the carrots. And then it said if they were, you cut them lengthwise, but if they were wide, you could cut them. So here's what I did. See, this, I cut them about this size. See the carrot? Then it said to put them in salted water and boil them for 5 minutes, which I did, and then drain them and let them dry, which I did. Okay, so that's where we're starting from. 2 parsnips, 2 carrots. The tops and bottoms have been tipped, and I've sliced them up a little thinner. Now, I'm just using the skillet because that's what they were in. Interesting part of the recipe. So Anne, if you know something different, let me know. The recipe then says to use a tablespoon of flour, but I'm gonna do exactly what it said. I put a little bit more than a tablespoon in here, so I'm just gonna sprinkle. I'm not certain what the flour does, but a tablespoon of flour and a tablespoon of honey. Now this is local Texas honey, because I'm in Texas, right? It's getting low, my Texas honey. All right, and a tablespoon of honey. Hold on. Oh, it's making that noise. You think my husband was in here? No, oh, that was bad. All right, tablespoon of honey, and then it says to toss them. So, let us toss. I know I should probably do it with my hands, but I shall not. All right, so parsnips and carrots, boiled in salted water for 5 minutes, drained, and then a tablespoon of flour. Flour's the thickener. Well, I know, but I'm trying to, they're gonna be roasted, so I'm not certain about what. All right, now it says to put them on the platter. I'm just gonna cook it. Look at this. This is a tray, but I cook on everything. So I am going to cook them on this tray. All right, so here we go. So they don't overlap. It would be nice if I did it pretty, right? But I'm not gonna really do it pretty. There we go. All right, look, everybody's on the tray. I wanna make sure nobody's laying on top of each other. Everybody's in single row. Look at that, pretty, pretty. Now it says to put a little oil. So I've got some olive oil. So I'm gonna do a little olive oil on top. Although I hate when I do this, because you know. All right, a little oil. And then it said seasoning. Well, it didn't tell me what seasoning. What seasoning? It didn't say. It said with seasoning. So I don't know what the seasoning is, so I'm just gonna do salt and pepper. Because if you don't tell me what seasoning, my go-to is salt and pepper. But I don't know whether I should do the pepper, because pepper and honey, I don't know. And you got any ideas? Pepper? Maybe I'll just do salt. Maybe just salt. Because we have honey in here, right? All right, so there we go. Now, the last thing it says is to heat my oven to 190 C, 170 C fan, or gas 5. Oh, salt and pepper. Okay, I'll put pepper on it. I don't have any of those. So I had to look it up. 375. All right, pepper. Everybody agrees to pepper, even with the honey. All right? So we got pepper. There we go. Salt and pepper. See? It's a cook-along. All right. Oh, I could add paprika. Oh, yes, I could. Okay. Because really, I'm going to add a little smoked paprika. Because, you know, Cindy, smoked paprika goes well on everything. Okay, there we go. Smoked paprika. Into a 375-degree oven. It says for 40 minutes. So you guys may not get to see what these taste like, but I will take a picture. All right, there we go, that. Now the last thing I'm gonna make, let me push this aside. The last thing I'm gonna make is something else I had left over. You guys are my leftover group today. Remember when we did the roasted vegetables and I had these left, I did the acorn squash? Look at that, acorn squash. I can't let them go to waste, gotta do something. All right, so I had a half of one and a whole one. Everybody have one of these? Grapefruit spoons. I think this is hilarious. Where did my bucket go? Oh, here it is. Grapefruit spoons. You know, when I was growing up, every house had grapefruit spoons. But I bet nowadays, I remember when we moved into this house, I didn't have a grapefruit spoon. Because, you know, a grapefruit spoon has the serrated edge. And I went looking for grapefruit spoons. Do you know how hard it was to find grapefruit spoons? I guess that's not a thing anymore. Because you could buy grapefruits already. Cook until golden brown. Okay, Anne. Anne, this dish was just for you. Okay, seeds out of that one. I'm just gonna cut this one up right now, okay? So you don't have to peel these. I know that you probably were raised that you have to peel them, but you don't have to. They're perfectly edible, okay? Perfectly edible just the way they are, all right? I am gonna cut it in half. Maybe that will make it a little easier. And then I'm just gonna do slices. Yum. I have to tell you, Amazon. Yeah, I bet Amazon. But I have some now, so I don't need any. I ended up, where did I get them? I think I ended up getting them at Walmart. I mean, really? Anyway. Okay, so we're just gonna slide. Whoa, almost got my finger. Do not get your finger, Cindy. Okay, see? Little slices. Doesn't that make you happy? Look at that. That's just happy. Happy, happy. All right, in my little dish here, and let me do this one. You could cut them any way you like. You could do long strips. I just like this. Look, it looks like a heart. I'm sending you a heart. Hearts to you. All right. What a great Valentine's side dish, right? Little acorn squash hearts. I think I need to sharpen my knife. Although it is probably just Cindy's arthritis, because you know, Cindy's arthritis is hurting today. Okay. Into my little dish. I don't know if you noticed, but my little dish matches my coffee mug. Ah, how cute is that? Okay, now, so what do we need with this? I am gonna put a little olive oil on here. Ice cream scoop. Oh, that's a good idea. Use an ice cream scoop. All right, so we got that on there. I am, just because I like it, I think we'll make it so all the flavors are kind of the same for all of our veggies, right? Because I like them, I like everything to kind of match. The problem, people look at acorn squash or butternut squash, and the only thing they see is sweet, right? To put cinnamon on it. Okay, so I'm gonna do salt. I'm gonna do pepper. They do, you know, and they're like, oh, well, you put brown sugar or honey or cinnamon. And so they only think of these fall squashes as smoked paprika. Yum. I am gonna put just a little garlic, granulated garlic on here. They only think of things as one. So I always wanna give you some ideas on different ways to cook what you have. So, you know, we don't want to get bored with our food. We want to have exciting food. Does anybody have good weekend plans? It's going to rain tonight. We have a front coming in through Texas. And that means, well, that's why I was not feeling well this morning. And okay, there we go. Let me spread them out so nobody's overlappy. Okay, there we go. Ta and da. I'm gonna put this in the oven. You know, I already have the courgettes. No, I already have the parsnips and the carrots at 375. Oh, you're going to Katie's Pantry to get cookies. Yum. Butternut squash soup, garlic, salt, and pepper. There you go. All right, so in the oven it goes. And again, we're gonna, about 40 minutes. We just want everybody soft, right? Me, soft. I'm all soft. Snow is coming to Iowa. Oh my. Oh my. Okay. Before we do our adult beverage, let me clean the cabinet. I have stuff everywhere. Before, a flying yellow squash. Before I do our adult beverage, you guys wanted to see what came? 3 days of snow coming. Oh my. You guys wanted to see what was in my Polish pottery boxes? So much. Okay. Look at my new coffee mug. It has hearts on it. This was we just took this out of the package. I got a new bread pan. Look at that pattern. I never seen that pattern before and I didn't have it. Okay. I got a new baker with the handles. I love these with the handles. And look at it. It's solid black and white. How cool is that? Like nothing else you've ever seen. Solid black and white. There we go. Okay, this is probably one of the prettiest dishes I own. Look, this is a little bowl. Look at that. Look, it's the yellow and the red. Isn't that beautiful? Gorgeous. Here's the cutest thing. Are you ready? The cutest thing ever. Oh my goodness. With Easter coming up, I had to have this one. So it's like a little bowl, little plate, whatever. And it's all hand painted in there with the little chicken on the farm, little chick on the farm. And then, what's in this box? Oh, and then you know she had all the food items. So see, I got this, look, I got this box. Isn't this pretty? I got this box. And in the box is all the food that I ordered. A Mars bar, Polish horseradish, little candies, tea. Ooh, look at this. Poppy seed. We're gonna make something out of that. What else did I get? Plum butter. And I got, oh, this is the horseradish. What is this? Oh, this is the horseradish. This is the garlic sauce. So I'm gonna be cooking out of this box soon. All right, ready for adult beverage time? I know, that chicken is too cute. Do you bake in all? Yes, Betty, I bake in everything. I bake in bowls. These go in the microwave. I put these in the oven. All of my Polish pottery goes in it's freezer, microwave, dishwasher, oven safe. The only thing you can't do with Polish pottery is put it on the top of the stove. And I really wish they would come up with something I can use on the top of the stove. Really? Come on. Okay. Adult beverage time because it's Saturday. Saturday is always adult beverage time. We have our little shaker. We're gonna put ice in our little shaker. Oh no.
Ice in the glass.
Oh, ice goes in the glass. All right. So we start with our shot glass. Look at this bottle of vodka. Is this the biggest bottle of vodka you've ever seen? It's as big as my head. It's bigger than my head. I think we bought this when we were making vanilla. I think. I don't know. Anyway. All right. So we need a shot and a half of vodka. Shot and a half of vodka. This drink is called an orange crush. An orange crush. No, I don't have any peach schnapps. This is an orange liqueur. Orange liqueur. I don't think the brand matters, but we need a shot of that. Okay. Okay, then, hold on. Then we need an orange. Oh, she took mine. Okay, that's okay. Let me look over here. I'll just use this. Okay. Then we need an orange. Last night I mixed and baked my meatloaf in my cupboard. Yes, I know, it's great. The dark cherry vodka, I've never tried that. You made a lamp out of your bottle. Oh, you know what? I saw something. It wasn't on Amazon. It was on some, because they're paying attention to everything. Okay, there we go. Here is my Polish pottery juicer. All right, so I'm gonna juice my orange. Although, when your hands hurt, when your arthritis is bugging you, not the day to juice. Although I do like this juicer. It does make it easier. Okay, there we go. Oh, there was nothing left. All right, and then, okay. And that gets us, I don't know how much it gets us. Should I measure? Nah. The juice of one orange. There we go. In it goes. Yum. Now my hands are all icky. Okay. Now, let me see the instructions. Pour the orange in. Shake. It says shake. A cocktail shaker and shake. Shake, shake, shake. Shake, shake, shake. Hey, Sandra. Uh-oh, I made a mess. I made a mess on my pretty box, too. Boo. Okay. I'm pouring it over ice. There we go. Ooh, it's pretty, huh? And then we're gonna top it with just some lemon lime, drilled a hole and filled it with white lights. Oh, pretty, pretty. Anyway, so they're always watching us, and if you talk about anything, it shows up on your advertising. Cool little lights. And they went inside the bottle, and the thing that looked like the cork was the on and off button. Looked pretty cool, but I didn't buy them. All right, here we go. We're gonna top it off with lemon lime soda. And then I just cut my orange with this, so I'm gonna give that a little stir. Orange crush. Ready? Cheers. Very refreshing. Well, it still has a kick to it. You'd think with all that orange stuff in it, you wouldn't taste the vodka. That still has a kick to it. But nice. Called an orange crush. Try it if you so desire. Oh, you do, Nina? Are they good? I just didn't buy them. Maybe you need to tell me where you got yours. Okay, let's check our oven and see how our meatball roll-ups look, shall we? Shall we? Oh, here she comes. Okay, there's one. I'm gonna tilt it so you can see. Now this is the one, look at that. Look how pretty that is. Do you see? Pretty, pretty. This is the first one we did. So this one had the Mexican sauce, right? So this was kind of, hey Jenna, the name of the vodka. Oh, it's just Grey Goose. It's nothing special. It's just Grey Goose. I really prefer, what do I prefer? No, not Belvedere. There's another one I really like better, but I can't think of it. But, you know, big old bottle. When you're making homemade vanilla, big old bottle. Easier than drilling a glass. Yes, I know, right? Okay, so here's that. And then, is the other one done? Okay. And that way we'll get both of them out. I'm gonna put, because they're the same, but I'm gonna put them, look at this little platter. Isn't that cute? Okay, hold on.
Very, very, very.
I have two, there's Jess. Everybody say hi, Jess. I have 2 spoons. No, not Smyrna, it's not Tito's. What is the other one? It is very smooth. I can't remember the other name of the vodka. Not Tito's, not Smirnoff, not Belvedere, not Grey Goose. Rain vodka.
Oh,
No?
so good.
Never even tasted that, Tara. Everybody told me to drink Tito's.
Svedka?
It was okay. Not Svedka.
Kettle one.
Kettle One. Yes. Kettle One. Kettle One is my favorite vodka. I like that one the best. No, not Sky. Kettle One. All right, so now the one we did with the, hold on, just disappeared with the, hold on. Okay, just so that you can see, because I want to tilt. Let me tilt. This is the one we did with the butter chicken sauce, right? The Indian sauce. Look at that, isn't that pretty? So like I said, if you do this with spaghetti sauce, it's the same. Just different stuff, and it gives you different ideas. And then this one is the Mexican one with the chipotle cremosa. All right, so I'm gonna get yum and yum. I'm gonna get a couple of these. Oh, so good, so good. And then, let me set that there. Then I'm gonna get a couple of these. And I'll put those over there. Okay. Oh, so good. So good. All right, so look at my little platter. There we go. So on this end is the butter chicken, the Indian one. And on this end is the Mexican flavor. But again, spaghetti sauce is what we did yesterday. And it was quite delightful. Okay, now. The first bite, when I did these, which one do I want to try first? I think I'll do the Mexican one first. The first time I tried these, I was very dainty about it, just like I'm going about it now, right? I was very dainty. There's the meatball, there's the squash, yummy sauce, there's cheese in there. Hot. That was the chipotle one. I love that sauce. So good. Hey, Lydia. So good. Yeah, I like the chipotle one. Now, I'm gonna do the other side. Whoops. Like I said, when I started tasting yesterday, I was all little dainty like this. I used a knife, I cut. Then by the time after my first bite, I was just slamming them in my mouth. Whoops. Come on, Cindy. Okay, I want the cheese. Come on, cheese. Hold on. There we go. I got the cheese. Ready? This is the Indian butter chicken sauce. Mmm. 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 Okay. The chipotle one's got a little kick. Mmm. But the spices in the Indian one, so good. And the best thing about this is that you still have just a little bit of a crisp, just a little bit of a crunch from your courgettes or your zucchini and yellow squash, right? And really a fairly inexpensive dish and quick to make. So there you go. We had our meatball rolls today. I hope for those of you who are watching carbs, this is helpful. Don't forget, if you make this, take a picture and tag it at Cindy's Perfect Bite, and it'll automatically tag up to this page. I'm so glad to see you guys. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your weekend and that you give all these a shot. It's yummy. Cheers. From my kitchen to yours, may every bite be your perfect bite. All right, I'll see you guys on Tuesday. Have a great day. Bye-bye.